I don't use tampons either. Hi, I'm Mark Palchik, and I got to tell you, I live in D.C. and I love it. Except, it's getting too damn expensive, right? Mm-hmm. Really? I mean, you have no idea what it costs these days to buy a politician. And they just aren't worth it. We have a D.C. council member that tweeted that Jews control the weather. The Jews, really? They haven't been able to control the weather since they left Egypt the first time. And besides which, if they really had that superpower, they'd just keep Manhattan warm. So to come up here, I had to fly up from Puerto Rico through Miami to here. Woo? Yeah. I hate air travel. There is no personal space. I mean, you get in there and there's some plus-size guy who's got to sit in the middle seat and he's got to air his arms like he's a condor. And of course, the smell is like a dead condor. And, of course, you got the ones that got to pack the overhead compartment with body bags, all the while blocking the aisle. And, of course, they've got a 35-inch laptop that they're watching porn on with no headphones. So you can imagine how excited I was when this tiny little woman sits next to me in the middle seat. She was so tiny, there was actually 6 inches between her thigh and mine. Her luggage was so small, she put it underneath the seat. And she had this cute little cell phone. It was so tiny that I could barely see the picture she was looking at of her girlfriend. Well, that one worked really well. But then I land in Miami and I got to change planes. I land at D1 and they tell me I got to go to H2. Now, have you ever been to Miami Airport? It is another continent. So I land at D1, take my suitcase, I got to drag it 30 different, can't drag it that far, to the SkyTrain. From the SkyTrain, I get to ride all the way to the shuttle bus. The shuttle bus takes me all the way to the rental cars, where I drive to the H terminal, have to go back through security, which means I got to take every fucking thing out of my pockets, where they let me know that my gate has now changed back to D1. Fuck Miami. Well, at least on the plane, I did finish the second season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yeah. I got a conundrum, though. But maybe penicillin will clear it. No, I've got a conundrum. And that is, I don't know if it's okay to like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Because in many respects, it's nothing more than a Jewish version of Tyler Perry's Medea's. You know, the movie that Spike Lee said was bodacious coonerisms? So I wonder, is it okay for me to like it? I mean, is it okay for me to like it? Let me tell you what I think. I don't like it. I love it. It is great. And besides which, most people think it's just about New Yorkers. New Yorkers and Jews. Aren't those the same thing? I don't know. So, every once in a while, politicians say smart things. Not very often, and not in this White House. But every once in a while, they do. We must remember we are all immigrants and revolutionists, descendants, right? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You've got, ask not what your country can do for you, but rather ask what you can do for your country. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Or, I say, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Ronald Reagan. Or more contemporaneously, I did not have sex with that woman. Now you probably thought I was going to use Trump's "we will build a great, great wall along our southern border." That wasn't even his. That's the Chinese. And how well has that wall worked? I mean, they got Americans all over the place. But there is one thing I wish that politicians would do something about, and that is gun violence. Do you realize that more people are killed every year on the streets of America by gun violence than all the soldiers that have died in Afghanistan since 9/11? Yeah, that's criminal. That's awful. But you know what? More gun control laws, not the answer. That is just liberal bullshit. What we got to do is let any psychopath that wants to buy a gun, like you over there, sir, let him buy it and take it to Afghanistan. Because really, shouldn't we be exporting our fastest growing natural resource? You know, domestic terrorism? Let them make Afghanistan great again. Well, I grew up in Akron, Ohio. Anybody here from Akron? That's right. Once you get out of there, you never talk about it. Except for me. There is nothing to do in Akron except go to evangelical churches to be saved. And I went. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I got to see the Reverend Rex Humbard preach at the cathedral tomorrow. You know what? He was amazing. He had such charisma. He had such power. He had the power to take away all of my sins. Yeah. He had the power to take away all my illnesses. Oh, yeah. He had the power to take all major credit cards. But not American Express. And oh, howdy, I wanted that power. Oh, yes, I did. So I went to my career counselor. And I said, Rabbi? Yes, he is Jewish. I want to be an evangelical preacher. And he goes, I'm sorry, Mark, they don't let Jews do that. So I decided to be the next best thing. You know, a lawyer. Oh, come on, they're not that bad. They can be very useful as sleep aids. If you don't believe me, ask Jason what he does all day. If you're not asleep in 10 minutes, you're not listening. But I get it. I really do. You know, most people like calling lawyers about as much as they like calling undertakers. But if grandma's died, you better call the undertaker, right? And you sure as hell better call a lawyer if you're the one that killed grandma. What I'm trying to say is that we'd be so much better off if people just went to lawyers before they did stupid shit. You know, we got to treat lawyers like condoms. It's best to use them before you get fucked. So you're probably wondering, what is this old guy doing up here trying to tell jokes? Good fucking question. The answer is, I love making people laugh. I love going to open mics. I love whatever the hell this is. And I love the first time I was asked to say some words about the special guest from our family affair. And I did. And people were laughing. It was great. They were almost rolling in the aisles. And my brother came up to me and said, Mark, thank you very much for Grandma's eulogy. And thank God I had a good lawyer. I'm Mark Palchik. Follow me at comedywalks.com. And thank you very much.